So, far away, everybody. What are we talking about today?
Batman.
Everyone's scared to speak.
I forgot which article it was.
Batman.
Batman.
Batman is a character who's so cripplingly paranoid about near enough everything that he has devised ways of killing all of his own allies, including himself. Something that came to a head in one of the New 52 comics, where Batman reveals that he has a plan in place to kill every single one of his allies, with the exception of Wonder Woman, who he's apparently terrified of, because she's Wonder Woman. Can't remember the name there, isn't it? So, far away, guys. The first thing we should mention is that today's video is sponsored by us.
Yay!
Because on the 28th of August 2022, we will be holding another live event in which we will all be attending. Yay!
Yay!
And we'll talk more about that at the end. But I will say it's going to be fun because we're going to be doing rock band karaoke.
I can't wait.
It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be fun. So full details about that at the end of the video. But before that, any thoughts from any of you guys about Batman's mimetic reputation for being just hilariously over-prepared for everything? Just like the world's most paranoid Boy Scout.
It makes perfect sense for, like, his background, I think, of just, like, being completely unable to trust people, apart from, like, the Bat family. Like, does he have a plan to kill Robin?
He has a plan to kill near enough everybody, including himself, which we could talk about, because Batman's plan for killing himself is that, well, I'm just an ordinary guy, just walk up and shoot me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And that's something that's directly countered by everything Batman has ever done his entire career. And near enough, like, every version of Batman shows that does not work. And most recently we had, like, the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, where he's just getting shotgunned all the time in his fight scenes and it doesn't bother him.
What armor has he got on?
Whatever it is, he's really good. Because I watched that Robert Pattinson Batman movie, and just like every fight scene, someone shoots him in the face with a shotgun, and he walks it off. And like, that would inspire some fucking fear in Gotham.
It's like that bit where Superman puts on the Batman outfit.
Oh, I love that one where it's the animated show where Superman dresses like Batman and fights Bane. It's like that is going to cause some ripples throughout the Gotham underworld of that time. Batman flew and manhandled Bane. And I have a question for you three guys, and that is, what thing from the live-action films do you think scared Gotham's underworld the most? When the telephone game of just, like, you know, the underworld, like, made it sound way more ridiculous than it actually was. So I think for me, it's that moment in Batman Begins where he presses that button and just becomes a cloud of bats.
I was gonna say that one. You've stolen mine.
It's
Okay.
Just, can you imagine? You are a criminal in Gotham. Batman's just arrived on the scene. It's like, well, why is he called Batman? Well, I don't know, but I've heard he's just a cloud of bats. It's like, what? Yeah, have you not heard? There's a cloud of bats that flies around Gotham and beats you up. How scary is a sentient cloud that breaks your legs? It's so terrifying.
It happens in Dracula Untold. Like, that film itself isn't the greatest, but that one scene when he just turns into a cloud of bats and goes into that army. It's like there's some films where there's only one scene that's good. I think that's that one in that.
That just reminds me of, like, the Skyrim tech when you can become a vampire and just travel. Like, you just teleport via bat clouds.
Oh, man. Have you ever talked about how I watched a friend of mine play Oblivion back in the day when he became a vampire? And he got really, really into it, and he started cosplaying as a vampire in the game. And he made his character wear, like, the necromancer's robes and a hood. And all he would do is he'd find one victim for the day and would jump from rooftop to rooftop. And every jump he'd go... as he chased them, and then he'd just go into the house, steal that person's blood, and then punch them to death and run out of town while just going, just jumping from side to side. But the detail he did is he went into third person mode, so you see like the bad Oblivion third person jump, and he timed his jump so that the instant his toe touched the floor, the jump started again, so it does look like the cat's just while going. I probably did steal the best example with the cloud of bats, but I do think the fight with Bane would probably scare people. If you hear that Bane literally snapped Batman in half, and then he comes back like a year later and his back's not broken.
take it from the Tim Burton ones where like Batman just throws a bomb down the sewer to follow a goon. It's like, well, that's fucking terrifying.
When he burns that guy with a Batmobile and he's like, oh, and he just can't handle it.
I think the moment when Batman and Robin produce skates from their shoes, like, that would terrify me. So what does Batman not have?
So that was what that would like skate. Like, he's so well prepared. What do you do? It's like, well, we froze the floor thinking he'd slip and he had ice skates. How did he anticipate that he would need ice skates indoors?
That's just like film logic, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're always prepared for everything. It's like we mentioned in, what was it, Knight Rider? Like, they kitted Kit out with like a new gadget, and that episode, something happened that needed that specific gadget. So it's the logic.
Yeah,
it's like in James Bond. He's never given a gadget he doesn't use in that film.
Wouldn't it be great if he was though?
Just useless gadgets.
I still think that they've never managed to top the gadget of just, here's a shoe with a knife in it. because it's just like, it's so brutally efficient of like, what is it? Has it got like a radio in it, a compass, a map? I know it's got a knife. So when you kick people, you can also stab. You stab kick.
I would find it funny if it was just like the start cue just being like, well, here's the laser watch that we've produced, and it just never comes back up.
Yeah. I've like, like James Bond's there and he's like trying to escape, so he's like, man, I wish I had a shoe with a knife in it. That'd be really handy right now. But in regards to Batman, as Nisha, you so sagely pointed out, Batman is prepared for everything to an almost comical degree, and I think that's never been more clear than in like the Adam West series, where he's got like the anti-bat spray. And that is a meme, but what I need to point out is that the meme has like kind of overshadowed how stupid the actual scene is, because the meme is that Batman has shark repellent bat spray. What people don't remember is that he has that spray in his helicopter, which means he anticipates being attacked by a shark in midair.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
He's got 3 others, hasn't he? There's like a little compartment with 4 different sprays in.
Here we have Barracuda, Manta Ray, and Whale.
Stuff like that, though, it makes you think, has it happened before for him to implement that?
Batman just constantly gets attacked in his helicopter by fish.
Oh, you know when you see like warning signs for stuff like, please do not do this, and you think, well, that's stupid, and it's like, well, someone's clearly done it before for them to put that sign on.
We don't know. Like, there might have been like, a Batman caper where he's like, Aquaman got pissed. Because there is like an episode of Batman that I want to point out from the Adam West era, where like there's a missile about to hit Batman. Oh, sorry, a torpedo. And like, he does that classic TV show thing of it like cuts to black. It's like, how will our hero get out of this one? And I shit you not, because we're going to put a clip into this, it smash cuts to the next scene of Batman and Robin in the Batboat going, man, it sure is good fortune that dolphin jumped in the way at the last second. And Batman just says, such noble creatures.
It was noble of that animal to hurl himself into the path of that final torpedo. He gave his life for ours.
But the bit they cut out is him getting out his dolphin whistle and summoning it.
It might have been. But in regards to Batman having a plan for taking out all of his allies, that is often a plot point in a lot of Batman media, and it usually causes, understandably, quite a bit of friction with his teammates when they find out he has detailed files on how to murder them. And before I tell you some of the ways that Batman has devised to dispatch his teammates, do you have any ideas for taking out any members of the Justice League?
It can't be that hard to take down Green Arrow either. Again, just like get a shotgun.
Yeah, that's what he says about Batman. He says, well, Batman, he's just a human man. What you should use is his overwhelming desire to safeguard human life, to distract him and then shoot him, even though that's how every criminal in Gotham has ever tried to take him down, and it's failed every single time.
I think what you need to do is you get him to get attacked by sharks in his Batmobile, because he's not prepared for that. He's only in his helicopter.
You don't know that, Brad. They've never showed whether that compartment exists or not in the Batmobile.
Do you think the Batmobile's got USBs for charging Batman's phone?
Definitely.
I bet it does. But there you go. We have any ideas for how would you like say Superman? Probably the most obvious one. How would you take out Superman?
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite bullet, probably.
Yeah, of course. And in various comics, it's revealed that Superman himself will sometimes give Batman a kryptonite ring to use in case he's ever brainwashed or goes rogue or turns evil, or even another Kryptonian comes to Earth that Superman himself is incapable of taking out. How about Martian Manhunter? A bit of a more obscure one, but he does have a very clear, defined weakness in the comics, if you guys are aware of it. Martian Manhunter is scared of fire. So Batman devises like this special compound of magnesium that when applied to the skin would make Martian Manhunter burn forever. That's the thing as well, and this is why his teammates don't like him doing this. And how about The Flash? What would you do to take out The Flash?
Well, if the Grant Gustin TV show's anything to look at, then you just monologue and walk away.
There's nowhere to run.
Just trip him up.
Or you make the floor slippy.
That is actually one of the ways Batman does it. There's a one comic where Batman says, I spent $8 billion developing a super bat computer that can process things as fast as your mind does, so I can react quick enough to stop you, and it just sprays oil on the floor and he falls over. And that's what he does. There is one hero that Batman does not have a plan for, and that hero is Wonder Woman. And does anyone want to hazard a guess at why Batman has no plan for taking out Wonder Woman, at least in the New 52 reboot?
She essentially doesn't have a weakness, right?
She does not, no. She does not have any discernible weakness. She is as strong and as powerful as Superman, and is a more capable fighter, but she doesn't have his very obvious, very easily exploitable weakness of kryptonite. In fact, in that comic book, when Superman confronts Batman about all the things that he's got in place to kill his own teammates, he asks him, like, well, I want to see you in the box. I think I deserve to see what you've got. Like, what have you got for Wonder Woman? Because at that moment in time, Superman is dating Wonder Woman, and Batman, being like, the dramatic, like, goth weirdo that he is, opens an empty box. And Superman's like, why don't you have anything for Wonder Woman? Like, because she doesn't have a kryptonite. And then he looks at Superman and says, you're her kryptonite, Clark.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If that's true, then there should have just been a really nice photo of Superman in the box.
A mirror. Should have done a mirror and made it super obvious.
Because he knew Superman would be the one to ask.
But yeah, he says to Superman, like, she doesn't have a weakness. You are her kryptonite. If she ever goes insane, or becomes a threat, the only person who could conceivably take her out is you. And it's gonna suck if you two become like, evil power couple like they do in the Injustice games, because then we're all fucked.
Sounds like a chat-up line, doesn't it? You're my kryptonite.
It's probably a chat-up line that someone's used in a piece of Superman. Probably like Lois and Clark TV show or something like that. Because I love the Lois and Clark TV show because of how much like Dean Cain overacted when they put kryptonite in front of him. Because I think every Superman actor needs to be able to just like calculate their way through a scene involving kryptonite. And I don't know which Superman actor's done it better than Dean Cain. His are so incredibly hilarious of just how pathetic he looks when he's over, like when kryptonite's there. He's like, no, get it out. Bring it back to Wonder Woman. As Batman solemnly points out, the only thing that could kill her is you, Superman. The problem is you're dating her, which means that in that moment, Superman has to come to the realization that should Wonder Woman ever turn evil, he has to make a choice between protecting life on Earth and Wonder Woman's Gorilla Grip super pussy.
For God's sake.
And I don't know if anybody has got that level of self-control.
My
even
God.
Superman. I had to put that line in because I wrote it and I'm not using it. And a friend of mine introduced me to that term and it cracks me up so much that I'm going to use it. Thank you, Melissa. So, far away everybody. As mentioned, we have a live event coming up on the 28th of August, the details to which people can find below. And it's going to be held right here in the lovely city of Sheffield, where we will all be, yes? Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I am. I wish I had the capability of like bringing the drums as well, but they're too big.
Yes, so the plan for the live event, besides, just us all being there, having drinks and hanging out with you, our fans, is to do rock band karaoke. And I've been a good boy, and I've gone out and I've bought, and I can't believe I managed to find one of these, because these are about as hard to find right now as rocking horse shit. I got a brand new guitar. So we have one brand new guitar, and one that is nearly new that a friend of mine is going to clean up and make sure works for the event. So we have brand new Guitar Hero equipment. Lucas, you're going to bring a microphone, yes?
I'll bring the mic, yeah.
And you have, if I recall correctly, a copy of Rock Band 4 with near enough every song that has ever been released for the Rock Band series of games, yes?
I mean, not including the DLC, but I have like the Rock Band 1, 2, 3, 4, Lego Rock Band, Green Day Rock Band, and Rock Band Blitz soundtracks all on there, and some DLC that I've downloaded.
And I might reach deep into those Fact Fiend coffers and like give you a bit more money so we can download more songs, so we can have more choice for the lovely people at home. And I guess while we're doing this ending bit talking about it, just have maybe a fact bar below with some of the songs that are in it for people get wet their metaphorical whistle for in anticipation of. Because I'm really looking forward to the idea of just getting that set list and going through it and okay, what's the Fact Fiend band gonna play? Right? What song are we gonna play?
See, I want to get one fat bar with every song in there. Just make the text
just one tiny one.
0.5.
But that's the thing. We need to think. So, as you mentioned, we can't get the drums because the drums cost an absolute fucking fortune, and almost all the drums I was able to find online available for sale were either exorbitantly priced or were there for parts or spares, and I do not have the technical know-how to repair them, especially not in time for the event. So unfortunately, we don't have the drums, but we'll have 2 guitars, a microphone set up. We have we're going to try and throw together something with a stage. If people come to the previous live events, they know, we keep things in keeping with the theme of the channel, professionally, unprofessional. We're not going to have a laser light show or anything like that, but we will have a good time.
I just want us on the side with little laser pens, whoa!
That's the thing as well, and what I suppose we should mention, the place it's being held is a gaming bar in Sheffield. So if you're not into Guitar Hero, there will be plenty of PCs and video games consoles where you can play virtually any game you like. If you like to liaise with fans who are coming, and if you want to bring your Yu-Gi-Oh deck or a specific game to play with somebody and check if anyone out there is doing it. Also, I've specifically made sure that the event is being held on a bank holiday weekend. So, if you're worried about being too pissed to go to work the next day, don't worry, I've got you back on that one. I'm really excited for it. We've done a lot of work behind the scenes. It's
a private event as well, isn't it? So you can't turn up to the bar without a ticket or anything.
Yes, so if you get a ticket, you'll be able to come and, in the spirit of transparency, which is something we greatly value here on the channel, the ticket price is going to cover, the initial setup cost. That's a buy. These things aren't cheap, especially when they're brand new. So there's not many left in the world. I don't think that are this in this good working order. It's not even out of the box yet. Or anything like that. When it came in the box, I was like, "Fuck! I don't think I've seen one of these in 10 years."
You don't want to take it out. It's just so rare.
I can't wait for it to be an empty box.
No, you can see it from the front of the box. There's a plastic on the front.
I can't wait for it to get covered in beer at the first performance.
Yes, it might do, and at which point maybe I'll have to buy some more. Which one of the things that I'm going to use the initial ticket price for. It's also going to go into the channel's coffers, so we can just keep the channel going for as long as we're able to. As long as we're still having fun doing so. And the deal I have struck with the bar is that we are putting a deposit down, but if we manage to clear £1,000 at the bar, which I'd hope fans of our channel can do, we get our deposit back. And if that's something we're able to do consistently, we'd like to turn this into a monthly thing, and we'll be able to get our deposit back consistently every single time. We'll be able to lower the price of tickets for future potential events.
Oh, that sounds good.
Fingers crossed.
I've even been told that if it goes really well, we will be able to get a share of bar's profits, which will allow us to lower ticket price even further, potentially in the future if this goes well. Which is that's something I'm excited for.
I have a question for Lucas.
Which is?
Do you have Africa by Toto?
Oh, is that in Rock Band?
I don't know if it is in Rock Band.
Do you know what? Let's do a check of that. I need to know.
I'm already searching.
Rock Band, if it is and it's DLC, I don't care how much it fucking costs. We can have a look. Rock Band game, Toto Africa.
It says Rock Band 4 Africa by Toto Expert full band on YouTube.
Done. Okay. How many people do you think are going to request that and ask me to play with them on the day? Well, yeah, if you'd like to come, play some Rock Band, play any video game that happens to be your jam with the Fact Fiend crew, check out the ticket sales below. And if that there doesn't appear to be any tickets left, keep an eye on our social medias because we may make more available, but we don't want the event to be too crowded because we would like it. Something we've done at previous live events is we try to talk and shake hands with everyone who comes, and the bigger the event is, the less able we are to do that.
£1.69.
Is that what it costs? Well, you know what, Lucas? If you buy that and you send me an invoice, I'll refund you.
£1.69.
Carl's going to get a £300 invoice for all the songs on Rock Band. What?
Just send me them in. You just send me the invoice and it just says on it, empty the clip. Oh, that's going to be a tough one to justify to my accountant, but I'm sure he can make it work.